On July 22, 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer's crime spree would come to an end. For over a decade, the man who would become known as the Milwaukee Cannibal committed acts so heinous they would haunt a nation. Behind his unassuming facade was a man with dark compulsions. Between 1978 and 1991, Dahmer claimed the lives of 17 young men, luring them into his home under the guise of friendship, only to commit unspeakable acts of violence. But Dahmer's story begins years earlier. Born in 1960 in Milwaukee, he was described as a happy child, curious and intelligent. However, as he grew older, his dark side began to show. His parents' troubled marriage and eventual divorce deeply affected him, leaving him withdrawn and isolated. According to his father, Jeff had an odd fascination with bones. He would collect them, arrange them, and even call them his fiddlesticks. He was obsessed with the anatomy of creatures, and at the time, I didn't see it for the warning sign it was. As the investigation deepened, the true horror of Jeffrey Dahmer's actions began to unfold. Evidence was found that included human remains, Polaroid photographs, and the tools of his gruesome acts. It was Tracy Edwards, one of Dahmer's would-be victims, who finally managed to escape and alert police. After complaining about the smell of the apartment, the night started getting increasingly scary. Edwards recalled, "At some point, his head was against my chest as he listened to the pounding of my terror-stricken heart. I can hear it beating now," he said in a quiet voice. "Soon it will be mine." I wanted to run for my life, but I was trapped by the crazed cannibal in his real-life house of horrors. In a flash, I stood up and threw a right-handed punch to his jaw. I kicked him in the chest, knocking him to the ground. Then I dashed to the door. I opened both locks at the same time as I prayed, "God, let me out before he plunges that knife in my back." I heard Jeff running behind me. I turned the knob and the door swung open. Just as I was about to get out, I felt his grip on my wrist. I swung around and shoved him back with every ounce of strength I had. Within moments, I was on the street running as fast as I could as I flagged down a police car. Dahmer was sentenced to life in prison but was killed by another inmate in 1994. To this day, his story serves as a grim reminder of the darkness that can hide in plain sight.